Teams is what we use for attendance, discipline, as well as employee service center. So we're going to walk through a few things on here. Many of the functions I won't be able to show you yet because we do not have classes in here. The first thing is it's going to pull up, this is new for everyone. It's just a different kind of template or format. It'll pull up that navigation on the left side. If you don't want to see all of that stuff, you can just click on that and it will go to the side. The home button is most important because when you get into these different applications, you're going to want to go home occasionally and come back to this main screen. Most teachers will have something similar. You will not probably have like a 4-year plan. That just happens to be because Mr. Dunn teaches a particular class. So if you start on the left, the teacher menu is where you're going to spend most of your time. This is where you enter classroom grading, take your attendance. It's also where you can connect your sections. So let's say that you have 2 different classes within the same period. So maybe I have a 7th grade roster and an 8th grade roster. Maybe it's the general ed and the co-teach in the same one, or general ed and ICS. So instead of having to constantly take attendance or put in grades in 2 different courses, you can connect those sections. Make the gen ed the parent class, and then make the co-teach or the ICS the child. And I know that seems silly, but that's just kind of the wording that they use. This last one, although you only use it at the very beginning of the year, it's super important. So if you do not go in and do the maintain teacher gradebook category and basically wake up your gradebook, nothing will work. We will give you a ton of more information about all of this stuff and kind of walk you through putting in grades, adding assignments, things like that. Many times this will all be done within your team. They'll help you out because we're going to, have our classroom grading, our formative and summative assessments will be the same. So always ask your team leader or department chair first for direction on that and guidance on that. But if you're having problems troubleshooting it, then you're welcome to ask me as well. In the middle, this employee service center, I'm not going to go in depth with this because it will start sharing personal information about your days that you have in your leave bank or balance. It has payroll information. It has your W-2, your check stubs, just a ton of different information. What I do want you to know is that you can get to the employee service center through your ClassLink as a separate icon. You also need to know that if you go through it from the team screen, when you click on it, it will ask you to sign in again. So it's just an extra level of security to make sure that you're protected. The other thing you need to see is the discipline fast form. So let's say that I need to write a referral. I can go to discipline fast form. I can type in a student's name and hit search. It will pop up that child. And then I can easily go here. I can give the date, the time, the location. Some of this stuff will not be up yet because we have not started the school year, but I'm going to add my incident comments. Remember to make sure that to keep it about that student, to not involve other student information. If there are other students involved, you can say another student, or you can say like student A, student B, and you'll get more guidance about that from the APs. They'll definitely help you out with that. But just know that you always want to make it about the kid that's actually receiving the referral and not include other student information. You also will have a place with the offense. Right now that's not loaded, but it will be during the school year. And this is the most important. So on action, it will have a drop down with some options. If you want to refer this person to the principal, you must put refer to principal. If you don't select that on the drop down, then the principals, the APs, will never see it. It will be lost in cyberspace. So just make sure that when you go to action, if you want them to receive a referral, make sure you do refer to principal. And then you just save the incident and you're done. I can click home and get back to my home page. in order to do anything else that I need to do. But that's just a quick overview. So most of your time is spent in the teacher menu. Employee Service Center gives you all of your information as far as your salary and check stubs, W-2, things like that. And then teacher discipline. The discipline fast form is where you can write a referral for a student.